again, it's Erin Riley with Living Beyond. I have done a few videos recently and I want to keep this going. So today I was going to talk about hauntings and spirits and ghosts you may find in your home, or maybe you have some activity that just started after going shopping or something like that. But you know what? I have decided to totally change directions, because I've had something pretty significant change in my life recently, and I think that it is time to acknowledge it for what it is and talk to you guys about the process that has gone on in my life, as far as acknowledging this change and understanding what it means, and learning to love it even though it is really difficult. Now, I have this really good habit of not doing what I preach. So one of the things that I have told people over and over again over the past few years is, if you ignore an issue, whether it be spiritual or whatever, it will sink down into lower and lower vibrations. You have a spiritual issue. There's something in your past that you need to let go of. And you don't want to ignore it, and you just shove it away. And so it manifests a little bit further. All of a sudden, mentally you're having, like flashbacks or bad thoughts or nightmares or whatever, because you have not dealt with this spiritual issue of letting go. This is just an example. Anyways, as you continue to deny this, okay, so it's on the mental level, you're having nightmares, and then you ignore it some more, and then it manifests physically in your life, and all of a sudden you can't let go, like on a physical level, which means you can't go to the bathroom. So I mean, it can go down the line until you are forced to deal with it on some level, and if you still ignore it, then all of a sudden you're going to find that your pipes are stopped up in your house and you can no longer flush, or you cannot take a shower or whatever, because the house now will not let go of whatever issue it is that you're carrying around. So it is so much easier to deal with things when they are on this level and not affecting us on a physical vibration or level, or however you want to say it. And so, with that in mind, lately I have, let's say over the past couple of years, I've had a lot of stomach issues. I've been sick and I can't figure out why. I go to the doctor, I have the scopes, down the throat, and there's nothing wrong with me. And then again, there's nothing wrong with me, and I go back and there's nothing wrong. So I don't know what, what is going on at this point, and I keep trying and I keep trying, and nothing seems to make it better. And then all of a sudden, I have, starting in December of last year, 2016, my lips and my tongue and my throat started swelling when I was eating food. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then little bit by little bit, I thought I had figured out that it was chilies, which, I'm in the Southwest. Not being able to eat green chili is really, really sad. Really sad. I can't even eat corn chips with cayenne pepper on it, and that's at every Mexican food restaurant anywhere around here. And so all of a sudden, oh shoot, I can't do this. But being really concerned, I decided I needed to go to an allergist, because lips don't swell up just for fun. There's something really wrong going on. And so I go and I find out that not only should I avoid chilies completely, but I'm also allergic to wheat. I'm allergic to corn. I'm allergic to lettuce. I'm allergic to all of this stuff that I regularly eat. And what else can I do but cut it out of my life? What else can I do but cut it out of my life? Now, let's rewind about 10 years ago, and I was channeling what I believe was an angel. I don't have a lot of information anymore, and I've forgotten a lot of it, truthfully, but I stopped the communication with this being because it was telling me that in order to be at my highest vibration or my highest level, I needed to not eat sugar, and I needed to really watch what I was eating and be really careful, and And drink a lot of water and manifest love in the world. That was fine. And drinking water's fine, but stopping sugar, I don't know. I have this horrible sweet tooth. I have never been able to stop eating sugar, and I just saw a picture of my granny, and she understood that as well, and that was a hard one. That was a hard one, and so I stopped the communications because until I actually lived the life that he was talking about, I did not think I was worthy of listening to any more of what he had to say. So stop, on hold, let me figure this part out. 10 years later, here I am just barely starting to get it. But at the same time, knowing that I wanted to be at the highest level, why was it so difficult for me to actually follow through on what he was talking about? Why was I holding back? A lot of it had to do with actually being myself, being my full potential. That can be scary. That can be really scary. Like, now, I don't know what I am capable of. Therefore, I will keep sabotaging myself by eating all the sugar I possibly can and gaining a lot of weight so I don't have to reach that full potential. But you know what? After seeing the allergist, after learning that I cannot have wheat, and I cannot have corn, and I cannot have this, and I cannot have that, and that, I panicked. At that point, I panicked because I was no longer able to reach for the sugar. I can't have a hard candy. I can't have a piece of cake. I can't have a cookie. I can't have any of those things anymore. And I, on one level, I was really sad because I have become so addicted, I guess, to the food, so used to using the food for an emotional crutch, and I know that so many of us do. But I also all of a sudden was faced with the fact that now I have no choice but to be that fully me, that full potential Erin is now going to be available to me. Because now I'm going to be following the food, plan that was laid out by this being who said, to be your full self, you must treat yourself in the best way possible. And I have not been doing that. And now I don't have a choice. So it goes back, if you don't face it on one level, it goes down and it goes down. And now it's in a physical level. And, so yeah. 3 weeks now, changing completely the way I eat, and facing this fear, understanding that really it was that fear of being my true self, my full me-ness. All of me is now, here I am. What's going to happen next? I don't know. But I think that it's important to think about times when the universe or a specific being, like it was with me, it was an angel. I don't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. But when you've got this voice in your ear saying, you really ought to treat yourself better, and you've got these issues, you really need to pay attention. And hey, you know what? It'd be great if you would do this so that you could be the person that we all know you could be. A lot of us are afraid of that. A lot of us are afraid to step into those shoes. And I am one of them. But knowing that I am one of them, there are times in my life where I've actually listened to this voice. Those of you who know me know that I'm working on a master's degree in marriage and family therapy. After working for several years as a librarian, I've sort of felt like I was stuck. Like, where is this going to go? I don't know. And I was kept hearing over and over and over in my head, you need to go to school. You need to go to school. You need to go to school. Erin, you need to go to school. Okay, I need to go to school. What am I going to do? I don't know. What should I go to school for? You say I should go to school. Let's start thinking about going to school. Do I want to continue my English degree? Do I want to continue my librarianship? What do I want to do? Psychology. Where'd that come from? Psychology? I love psychology, but what? And I just kept hearing, you want to go into psychology. Psychology's great. I'd watch TV. There's a psychology department commercial on, and so finally, like, okay, I will look into this. So yeah, Now I'm about a year out from graduating with my master's in marriage and family therapy. So I listened. It took me like 6 months to figure that one out, but at least I listened and I moved forward, and I really resonate well with this particular job choice or this career shift that I've done. It feels right, and I get it, and it works, and I love it, and I can apply it in so many different areas of my life. Whether I become a fully licensed marriage and family therapist, I'm sure I will. But will I use it on an everyday basis? I don't know, but it comes in so handy when I'm working with somebody one-on-one, whether it's spiritually or emotionally or mentally or whatever's going on. This training that I'm receiving is essential for wherever it is that I'm going next. And I am ready to go wherever it is I'm going next, eating the way I am now. I feel a heck of a lot better than I did just a few weeks ago too. So that's a good plus. But basically all I wanted to say was listen. Take the time to listen to the universe, because oftentimes it could be ourselves that is telling us, change your ways. There's better ways of going about this. Pay attention to the little bits, because they can mean everything. They can mean everything. And following these nudges will stop that cycle of, okay, you're not listening here, we're going to go to here. And you're not listening here, well, we're going to take a physical. There is a way to stop it before the universe is pounding you on the head. Will you please wake up? Wake up. And I feel like I have woken up now, and things are changing, and I love it. And I'm sure I will step back and be a little bit afraid every now and then. We're all human, that's what happens. But I'm ready to step forward. I'm ready to work through this. So, and I want to just give myself a little plug here. If you guys are feeling the same sort of angst and anxiety, or if you're having the same issues and you can't figure out what it is you're holding back from, I can help you with that through readings, through looking through your energy, or just from talking to you. So give me a message on Facebook under Living Beyond. You can find the website at livingbeyond11.com. Send me a message, give me a telephone call, whatever it is. Just feel free to talk. And if you have any questions, that's great. I'd love to hear from any of you. If you have any ideas on topics to talk about, I would be more than happy to share. So that's it for tonight. I hope this was a little bit coherent. It was kind of off the cuff, and it just seemed really important. So just let me know, and good night.